Hey everyone, I apologize for my late submission. I've had some issues with the authenticator and was locked out of access. But I'm back, and here is an update on the data collection process for my mini pilot research project. I imagine, similarly to yours, um, mine is definitely a work in progress, but I'll do my best to walk you through what I've done so far, what I've learned, and some questions I'm still trying to figure out. I'll start by just reminding you of the purpose of my study. I'm exploring how chronic absenteeism impacts student participation in physical education and school wellness programs, specifically predominantly Black, low-income high schools, and more specifically, Dunbar High School in Washington, D.C., where I currently teach. This study seeks to understand the lived experiences of students who are chronically absent and how that affects their physical activity, engagement, and reintegration into class. My central question is, how do high school students perceive the impact of chronic absenteeism on their participation in PE and wellness related activities? Second question that I'm looking into, what are the barriers and opportunities for re-engaging chronically absent students in physical activity through PE? So since my initial proposal, a few things have shifted. Initially, I planned on observing a larger group of students in multiple high schools in Washington, D.C., but I received some good feedback and um, kind of guided towards narrowing that group. That's why I'm focused on Dunbar High School right now, and even smaller uh, because of first period attendance has been so much lower than anticipated. Um, I'm narrowed my focus to a set of students that are consistently present, plus the impact of students like Kamal, who rejoined the class after a long medical absence. Um, I'm also seeing a pattern where student engagement increases when positive peer energy is present, even in the small classes, like the first period class, which has led me to think more critically about peer influence as a theme in absenteeism and re-engagement. Um, I've conducted several observations of two different PE classes, a first period class and a second period class. The first period class is a fitness-based class with cardio and strength circuits. Second period is a skill-based PE class that at the time of my observations were focused on pickleball. And here's a brief excerpt from the first period. 9 o'clock a.m. Sean is present, begins warm-ups alone. 9:30 a.m. Three more students walk in. Kamal, a senior who returned after a long medical absence, participates with enthusiasm. His energy noticeably lifts the class. Other students begin moving with more intent, responding to his presence. And from second period, 10:35 a.m., 14 of 15 students present, high energy from the start. Students ask questions during the pickleball demo. Two students from other classes, not the current PE class, join. Though off schedule, they integrate quickly and raise the competitiveness of the matches. Um, these notes show clear contrast between classes with high and low attendance, helping me to see how student energy and engagement are tied closely to attendance, consistency, and peer influence. So far, I've completed one individual interview and scheduled two more for next week. Here's a short sample from my transcription of the interview with Kamal. Um, me. First question: how did it feel coming back to PE after being gone for so long? Kamal: honestly, I missed it. I like working out and being active, so it was good to be back. I was nervous at first, but once we got started, I was able to get into it. I think this is one of the only classes where I can just be myself. Next question. Do you feel like you missed out because of the time away? Kamal. Yeah, I knew I missed a lot, and it was hard to come back in the middle of everything just because I knew I was behind. Plus, it was a new term, so I wasn't sure if I would know anybody. This interview brought up some important themes like the emotional impact of re-entering class after time away and how PE can either be a source of confidence or anxiety depending on the student's comfort level and peer dynamics. So, current progress, 2 classroom observations, 1 completed individual interview, and several jottings and memos identifying emerging themes like peer influence, self-consciousness, teacher tone, and perceived belonging. Next, I'm hoping to conduct 2 to 3 more individual interviews, um, start early coding of the interview transcripts, start planning for focus group discussions, likely with the second period students because they have higher attendance and better rapport. Um, and some questions I'd love some feedback on from you guys, if possible. How do you suggest I encourage more participation from first period students who rarely show up or are disengaged when they do? Does it make sense to treat second period almost as a comparison group to highlight the difference in attendance, culture, and engagement? And are there ways you've structured interviews with students or your research participants who are quieter or more hesitant to open up? I don't know if that applies to you in your studies or research, but just in case. I'm still in the process of refining my interview style, so any tips are appreciated. Um, that's my update. Thank you for listening. I'm looking forward to hearing your thoughts and feedback, especially as I move into the next part of data collection. It's definitely been a learning process, and I appreciate the opportunity to share my progress and update with you. Thank you.